Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Ford Expedition Max Limited Stealth Performance.
And a huge thanks to Zach and the rest of the management and staff here at Ford of Port Richey for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Zach.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, we've already reviewed a couple Expedition trim levels for 2023 on this channel. One being the Limited, which sits right in the middle of the pack, one being the Timberline, which isn't quite as loaded as the Limited, but it's actually a little bit more expensive than the Limited, being the more off-road oriented Expedition with the high output 3.5 liter V6 cranking out 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. We get that same power plant here for the Limited Stealth Performance package. The Limited also gets a higher output 3.5 liter V6, but not quite as powerful as the high output that we have here. The regular Limited gets 400 horsepower, 480 pound-feet of torque, which is up about 25 for the horsepower, about 10 for torque compared to the regular Expedition. But the Stealth Performance package gives us the same power plant as the Timberline. Almost the same power plant out of the Raptor. The Expedition Limited starts at $68,000. The Max will run you an additional $2,500. The Stealth Performance package will run you an additional $10,000. So total price here before additional options sitting around $81,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your full LED headlamps, just like all Expeditions we reviewed so far. We get the black headlight housing for the Limited Stealth Performance, black trim around the fog lights, black trim for the grille, and black trim down beneath. Full front parking sensing, forward-facing camera right underneath the Ford badge, blacked out Expedition badge just like the Explorer for the sport trims. I like that inward bulge for the hood. We'll take a step back, get another look at the front styling. Very bold and aggressive. The wheel and tire setup, we get these blacked out 22-inch rims wrapped in General Grabber all-season tires, dimensions being 285/45 R22. Not the stickiest all seasons, but a pretty solid compound, especially with the 285s. Very wide, and the 45 series sidewall should be thick enough to keep the ride quality nice and soft, especially with this adaptive suspension that we have here as an option. Red painted brake caliper too. Power running boards also included in the Limited Stealth Performance package, blacked out mirrors, LED turn signal on it, additional camera to help out with the 360. Blind spot monitoring on the glass. Glass fills up the entire frame. We have a little bit of shiny chrome for the lower part of the window trim, but with this all new iconic silver metallic, that shiny chrome doesn't really stick out like a sore thumb. We get some body color right up top, blacked out B pillar, body color C pillar, and as you see with the Max, we get an extra foot in length. This is a very long vehicle. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you can pick up the side profile of this beast. 2023 Expedition Limited Stealth Performance. We get a red painted brake caliper, even out rear, still a 22-inch rims, push to open gas cap. We get easy fill too. I recommend premium fuel only for this high output 3.5 liter V6. Full rear parking sensing, full LED taillights for the turn signals and the reverse lights. Black badging for the Limited. Shout out Ford of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. Black trim down below, black trim for the Expedition badge, and black trim connecting the two taillights. LED third brake light, and we get blacked out roof rails and a full panoramic moonroof. Hopefully I can pick it up for you guys on camera. We'll definitely check it out once we take a step inside. LED third brake light, and one thing that's cool about the Expeditions is we have an opening rear glass. We'll check that out once we take a look at the cargo space. We mentioned a full rear parking sensing tow hitch. I believe the Expedition Max can tow up to 9,000, maybe 9,300 pounds. We'll take a squat down below. You can check out your dual outlet exhaust. That's specific for the Limited. We also had it on the Timberline, but all the high output 3.5 Expeditions will get that style exhaust. You can take a quick look at the spare tire. Fully independent rear suspension. We've had that on the Expedition since 2003. But speaking of the exhaust, let's fire up this 3.5 liter high output V6, and here she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the high output 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost V6 sold by Ford for the 2023 Expedition Limited Stealth Performance package. And it sounds okay, it's not very loud, but it makes a ton of power. At 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, you can expect this beast SUV to get to 60 under 5.5 seconds, which is really impressive for a vehicle weighing in around 6,000 pounds. The engine sits very low in the engine bay. The battery sits on the passenger side. It helps out with weight balance, air intake in the corner. But what you see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right down. Hydraulic struts are appreciated. We'll take a step back, check out the front styling one last time. And let's check out the interior, see what we get on a basically fully loaded Expedition Limited Stealth Performance Package. We get smart access for all 4 doors if we didn't mention. Taking a step inside, we don't get the same mahogany leather we had in the other Limited we reviewed in this channel, but it's still very high quality leather materials, like the 2 tiers of leather with red contrast stitching, similar to the Timberline, but the Timberline had orange contrast stitching. Gushy soft for the armrest, F-150 style door handle, 4-window auto one touch, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable, 3-person memory seats, 12-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, and it sounds fantastic. Ton of storage down below. You fit a 6-inch sub, foot long right next to it, and 2 20-ounce water bottles to wash it down. Power deploying running boards come equipped in the Limited Stealth Performance Package, red contrast stitched, perforated, heated, and ventilated seats, fully adjustable lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So, foot on the brake, we already have accessory mode active, but the engine is not on. We'll fire this thing up so I'm not dying in here. Get the AC blasting, but first thing we notice, the steering wheel, very thick, red contrast stitching, solid 10-2 bolstering notch, and 9-3 fits well in your hand. 3 spokes down below. I like this gunmetal gray color and the grain material for the inside of the 6 o'clock spoke. I'll turn these cooled seats down because they make quite a bit of noise, but they're still very nice and effective. On the left side of the steering wheel, volume, voice commands, lane keep assist, and radar cruise control. On the right side, you can have your skip controls. You can hang up and answer your phone calls and adjust the infotainment. As you see, the fuel's pretty low. You can see the My View, trip fuel, vehicle information, towing, navigation, all in your digital gauge cluster, phone, audio, and the overall settings. We're not going to go through all of this. We reviewed a couple expeditions already on this channel. If you want to see more information about the infotainment screen, be sure to check out those videos. The TAC goes to about 6,200, the speedometer goes to 160. It's all digital, of course. Leather stitching for the front of this dashboard, but the rest of the dashboard, hard plastic. For this price point, I would like to see a full padded material for the dashboard, but I guess that incentivizes Ford customers to just upgrade to the Lincoln. The stocks have a pretty satisfying click. We have auto rain sensing wipers, auto headlamps, and fog lights down below. Interior brightness, trunk release, and you can fold the seats down with a click of a button. Electronic parking brake, adjustable foot pedals. Hopefully you get a good idea what the pedals look like. They're not aluminumly outlined. For the Stealth Performance Package, it would be nice to get aluminumly outlined pedals. Not a big deal though. We have power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. No heads-up display, but we have 4 speakers in this dashboard. 5 if you include that one in the center. The massive 15.5-inch touchscreen comes standard on the Limited Stealth Performance Package. We've already gone through this countless times on this channel. Be sure to check out the other Expedition videos if you want to see some more detail. But it's an excellent touchscreen with the Sync 4A system. Truly one of the best in the business. The only thing I don't like about it is how the climate control and heated and ventilated seats are all adjusted through the touchscreen, but you get used to it. The buttons themselves in the touchscreen are very large and easy to touch with the finger. We can turn off the auto start stop, hazards, turn off the traction control, and the defroster does get a hard button, trailer brake controller, trailer sway controller, and a drive mode selector right here behind the gear selector. The gear selector is a turn dial controlling the 10-speed automatic transmission. Manual shift controls right here with the plus and minus. Good spot for a key in the center. You can turn off your parking sensors. That's nice for off-road environments, so you're not just slamming on the brakes. Same if you're towing a trailer. We have this nice material. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but it looks really cool. If you press this button, it exposes our cup holders. There's 2 of them, and also another good spot for a key right here down below. Nice attention to detail. The cup holders have these pushy things that keep the drinks in place. I'd expect you to fit 24-ounce bottles in there with no problem. Gushy soft armrest. The storage space is massive. You're fitting probably 8 to 12 2-liter bottles of soda in there. You'll fit several bowling balls and an additional 12-volt in there too. This storage pocket has a nice coin slot, spot for business cards, and you'll fit like 3 or 4 iPhones in it. We'll put it all right back, shut it up. We have a pen slot too on the top of this center console. The glove box, we have 2 of them. You'll fit a shoe in there with no problem, probably 3 or 4 pairs of gloves. Beneath that, we have an additional glove box. It's not damped or lined with felt, but it's pretty wide. I'd expect you to fit maybe 15 to 20 license plates, but I'm not quite sure if it's deep enough. You'll definitely fit a pair of shoes if you're under a size 12. Leather stitching right above, more of that funky trim for the Limited Stealth Performance Package. I like this gunmetal metallic gray surrounding this touchscreen too. Auto dimming rear view mirror. It's not frameless, but the auto dimming is appreciated. 3 garage home link settings on it, sunglass holder, additional LEDs all throughout this interior. We get a massive panoramic moonroof too. It's not any larger for the Max. It would be nice to see a larger moonroof on the Max, but I can see why they gave you the same one. We can open up the shade with a click of a button. It opens up pretty quick. I don't think it's gonna all open at once. Nope, so you gotta press it again for it to completely open. But it's a pretty quick process. It's not a slow opening shade. We can open up the glass by pressing this button. The first level of the glass goes underneath the second level, so it's not just sticking out like a sore thumb. We'll see if it goes out any further than that. It does. Wow, so very wide opening moonroof. It goes all the way out into the second row. We'll poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Port Richey. It's sunny and 80 degrees. We can shut this roof right up. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into this cabin. That's about it for the front seat. It's 2023 Expedition Max Limited Stealth Performance. We'll take a quick look at this window sticker, see any features that I may have missed. Standard features, pause, take a look. Options. Outside of the Limited Stealth Performance package, the only options we have here are this $800 heavy duty trailer tow package, $1,000 adjustable suspension, and $800 for this 15.5 inch touchscreen. Outside of that, options totaling us out to $12,415, $1,900 destination delivery charge totals us out a tick over $84K. Fuel economy is solid, almost 20 combined MPGs for a extended wheelbase, full-size, high-output 3-row SUV. I'm sure if you're averaging 19 MPGs in this thing, you're not going to complain. If you're going to average 17 in this thing, I'm sure you're not complaining. Put this window sticker right back. We can take a step out of here, check out the second row, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Up top back here, same materials as up front, 2 tiers of leather for the top part of the door panel, cushy soft armrest, F-150 door handle, 2 cup holders, not in the same location as up front, but who cares what the location is as long as we get the 2 functional cup holders. 2 tiers of storage, very large down below. You'll fit the same 6-inch sub, foot long right next to it, and a 24-ounce water bottle to wash it down. The running board continues for the back passenger. We get captain's chairs back here too. Heated second row seats, no ventilated second row seats, wouldn't be expected with an SUV in this price point. The legroom looks super impressive. We'll take a step inside. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have a ton of space. We'll see if the seat slides any further back. It does. I have over a foot of knee room, unlimited room for my feet. Headroom, I have about an inch, maybe 2. If we didn't have the panoramic moonroof, I'd probably have another inch, maybe 2 of headroom, but still plenty of room for me. If you're under 6'6", 6'7", you should be able to sit behind your seat settings back here with no problem. 2 cup holders, you fit 24-ounce cups, USB-C port and USB-A port, heated second row seats, as you mentioned, and a full 3rd zone climate control. It says Expedition right above. AC outlet 2. Nice, the air vent blows directly into your face, additional speaker behind it, interior lights, LED, grab handle, hook for a suit or a dress. That's about it back here. The light brought into the cabin thanks to this moonroof is really impressive. I just wish this moonroof extended a little bit further for the Max. Since we have captain's chairs, we have these armrests on both seats and they're very wide. You can fit a large full-size arm in here with no problem. That's about it for the second row, guys. Let's hop out into the third row, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So to access the third row, you just pull this latch, slide the seat forward, foot on the running board, foot on this foot pad that we get here in the Expedition, making the process extremely easy. It's so spacious back here. I'm not hitting my head. I'm not worried about that at all. Knee room, I have at least 3-4 inches of it. Headroom, I have at least an inch, maybe 2. Air vent that blows directly into your face. Additional interior light, it is an LED. I'm impressed back here, guys. It's a power recline seat too, so watch this. I press this button and the seat reclines. You press this button and the seat comes right back up. We get 2 cup holders back here too. You'll fit 20-ounce cups with a pass-through, USB-A port on both sides, and a solid storage tray surrounding it. 3 seat belts back here. I wouldn't expect you to fit 3 full-size adults, but you'll fit 2 adults and a teenager back here with no problem. If the adult is under 110, 120 pounds, maybe they'll fit in the middle, but a full-size adult probably will not be comfortable in that center for long trips. But anyway, this is a really spacious third row. Let's check out the cargo space where the third row's up and down. With the third row's up, that's why you go with the Max. It gives you a very usable size trunk even with the third row up, and we get a pretty decent amount of secret storage too. Before we even show you guys the trunk space, check this out. So this arrow points to a button, you press it and you can open up the glass, the rear glass for the Expedition. This is extremely practical. Here you can put in kayaks, you can have a dog in the trunk, throw some groceries in here, not have to worry about the dog running all around the parking lot. 20, 30 years ago, just about every SUV had this feature. Unfortunately, the Expedition is one of the last SUVs that still has it available. But as you mentioned, it's a really convenient feature. We'll shut it right up. We can open up the trunk itself with a click of a button down below, take a step back, and check this out. Even with the third rows up, this is why you go with the Max. You have a very usable size trunk. This is comparable to like a compact SUV. And if that's not enough space, you can open up this little secret storage pocket. You have 2 tiers of secret storage. Allows you to have an additional 5 or 6 cubic feet of storage space. If you want to fold the third row seats down, all you got to do is press this button Well, that's the second row. I apologize, guys. If you want to fold the third row seats down, you got to press the 3R button and the 3L button to drop the third row seats down. But once they fall, you'll see the size of this floor. With the Max, this is basically a full-size truck back here, floor-wise. There's not a TV that wouldn't fit back here. There's really nothing that wouldn't fit back here. Very impressive cargo space. You have a subwoofer for the Bang & Olufsen sound system, 12 volt back here too. So if you have an electrically cooled cooler, you can cool it with that 12 volt. The third row seats come back up with a click of a button. Unfortunately, the second row seats do not. You got to actually lift those up yourself. That's about it for this cargo space. If you didn't mention, there's a subwoofer back here, massive size floor. There isn't a TV that wouldn't fit back here. The opening is huge. The step-in is a little bit high. I'm a little over 6 feet tall. I'm about like 6-7 inches away from the step-in, but that's to be expected with a full-size Max extended wheelbase SUV. We can shut this trunk right down with a click of a button. Make sure you take a step back right away, because it doesn't give you a second. You're probably gonna get doofed in the head. That's about it though for this 2023 Ford Expedition Max with the limited stealth performance package. It is a really impressive SUV. It's up there in price, but we get all the luxury features. Tech is fantastic and it looks really good. Performance-wise, let's take this 2023 Expedition Limited Stealth Performance Package out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2023 Ford Expedition Limited Stealth Performance Package. Let's take it out for a drive. And first thing I notice, the steering actually feels a little bit heftier here, maybe because of the 285 wide tires. The other Expeditions we reviewed in this channel didn't have tires quite this wide. Maybe that adds a little bit of heft through the steering. Over these giant bumps, we'll see how the composure is. You feel them. It's definitely not as composed over the big bumps as the Timberline, but it's still a very composed feeling vehicle. The throttle response is excellent. The brakes feel nice and responsive. Lean into it a little bit. We only have two-wheel drive, but two-wheel drive on the gas. Oh! Yeah, okay, we don't have to push it a whole lot farther than that. This thing can take off. This is an extended wheelbase, full-size 3-row SUV, and it puts you in the seat 0 to 60 in the low 5-second range through the twisties. In normal mode, the steering is so light. Yeah, it felt a little heftier just like moving around the parking lot, but once you're moving at speed, the steering is ridiculously light. We have an adaptive suspension. Right now we're in normal mode. Throw it in, see how it handles the speed bumps. In normal mode. Okay, good ride quality, very soft, a little faster than we should. Wow, excellent ride quality. We'll hit this last one way faster than we should. Boom. Yeah, you feel that one a little bit, but it's still really impressive. We'll check out the turning radius. Hopefully we can make it over here. I think we will, but let's check it out. So, full-size 3-row extended wheelbase SUV. And this turning radius is impressively sharp. Check this out. Wow, not bad. We'll throw it into sport mode, go over those same speed bumps and see what changes up. Okay, normal. Okay, sport mode. Yeah, the steering gets a tiny bit stiffer. Ride quality is about the same. You may feel a little bit more bump, but not much. It is an electronically controlled suspension, but doesn't make, yeah, it's still a very soft ride quality, even in sport mode. We'll take a step out here, try another pull on the gas. Woo! God, this thing is a monster. Through the twisty. Oh my gosh, the torque is just ridiculous in this thing. Wow. We hold our gear in sport mode right now at 45 miles an hour at like 3,000 RPM. We'll throw it in a little faster than we should over here. Check out the body roll. Really limited body roll. You hear that turbo whistle in sport. Very aggressive throttle mapping too in sport mode. I really like it, but fuel economy wise, I'd probably recommend leaving it in normal mode for daily driving. If you want to show off to your friends, let them know what your Expedition Max can do. Performance wise, definitely throw it in a sport. But for daily driving, normal mode should be more than enough. All right guys, taking a step out here, we can lean into it a little bit more onto this multiple lane highway on the gas. Oh yeah. This thing just takes off. All right, guys, we could try out a real world turning radius. See how it is in the real world. Look at that. This is an extended wheelbase 3-row SUV on the gas. Oh yeah. Oh, you don't have to push it a whole lot farther than that. Hopefully you get the point. This thing is a surprisingly fun vehicle to drive considering the size of it. If you're looking for a performance 3-row SUV, whether you need a full size, whether you don't need a full size, I would definitely recommend checking this vehicle out. Yes, it's getting up there in price, but compared to like vehicles like an MDX Type S with a base price around 70,000 bucks, the Advance at like 75,000 bucks, this thing will blow the doors off the MDX. It has double the space. Handling wise, it doesn't really feel that much worse. Ride quality wise, it doesn't feel that much worse. So compared to mid-size luxury 3-row SUVs that are creeping towards the 70, 75, sometimes $80,000 price point, I would definitely prefer checking out the Expedition, whether you want the Max, whether you don't want the Max. I think the Expedition with this high output 3.5 liter EcoBoost is a far better value than going with any luxury mid-size 3-row SUV. If you're looking for a 3-row SUV with performance, with space, and good looks, I would definitely suggest checking out the 2023 Expedition Limited. And if you want it to be a little bit more performance oriented, check out the Limited Stealth Performance Package. And a big thanks to Zach and the rest of the management and staff here at Ford of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Zach. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.